Apparently Sasha Banks is out recording a rap album. Can't wait to hear that.
Bailey, show him no weakness, no fear.
I know.
Sasha Banks is out recording a rap album.
He's trying to scare you.
Sasha Banks is out recording a rap album. Can't wait to hear that.
He's just trying to make you angry.
Sasha Banks is out recording a rap album.
Don't react.
What is he talking about?
Is he gone?
Yes.
You're so strong, Haley. You're stronger than I ever was.
You'll hurry, right?
Sasha Banks is out recording a rap album. It's boss time! Boss time! Boss time!
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome everyone once again to Wrestling's High Marks, the highest podcast ever. With your hosts, Cheez Man.
This is the Cheez Man.
I need some Kleenex or an NXT Women's title, whichever you got.
Mojo.
Mojo is here.
Listen, this is how it works.
And yours truly, Whiz.
Let's just call him Whiz.
I'll try not to rape for a few minutes. Hey, here we are. The High Marks.
Well, two of us.
Yeah, it's an interesting show. Not only is Mojo not here, but it's almost like some transitional period episode because we're, as you know, we're kind of losing the wrestling in the name, so we'll be just the High Marks here pretty soon. And it won't be just about wrestling, it'll be about other stuff. So we're going to try some of that tonight, but I'm still going to call this episode a Wrestling's High Marks episode because we've got two more wrestling-related episodes still to come before the official name change. So we'll have the Christmas special, which I won't ruin for anybody, just make sure that you tune in on Christmas, as well as the Stony Awards at the end of the year where we do our annual Stonies. That'll be fun. But after that, it's not going to be just about the wrestling anymore. It's going to be a different show. Like I said, I'm sure we'll discuss occasional wrestling-related things because we're all wrestling fans, but I don't want it to be just about that.
Right, yeah. There's actually been a lot of wrestling news since we stopped doing it.
Right, which is hilarious.
Show, of
but
course.
At the same time, I've almost completely lost interest. I think I need a little time away again. That happens to me sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially because I was all hyped up about NWA and it kind of got pissed on a little bit. I know it didn't ruin everything, but I mean, it was like my one thing. I was like, we got one. And
did you see who fucking came out on the pay-per-view yesterday?
Marty Scurll, yeah.
For NWA?
Yep.
Yeah, how the fuck they land Marty Scurll?
Well,
I'm not saying he's some star, but like AEW seemed like the fucking slam dunk, 100%. He's going to fucking AEW with all his boys. How the fuck did he end up in NWA?
Well, I feel like he's probably, and I have no basis of this at all. This is just my random ass opinion. I feel like he's gonna kind of hang around a little bit, hang around the indies a little bit. I don't know if he's under contract with NWA. It would blow my mind if he did, because he would make a lot more money at AEW. I think he's gonna hang out a little bit, and then he'll most likely end up in AEW. But I have no way to support that theory.
Maybe he's looking at all his boys in AEW like, man, y'all looking like some dicks. Y'all act like some bitches. Your fans are embarrassing. I'm gonna hold off.
There's real wrestling over here. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it at all. All that was random speculation. It was irresponsible journalism, is what that was.
Not even journalism.
Right.
It's, hey, maybe this is the reason.
Right.
It's called speculation, damn it.
Bobby Anthem, in the room.
Don't quote me.
We got Bobby, we got June, and we got Luke. And can't ask for much more than that.
Bobby could go through June and Luke and still get to us.
So we had kind of an interesting idea for this episode, seeing how Mojo's not here. He's having some sort of tooth infection. I'm not sure on the specifics, but man, get well soon, because I'm sure everyone out there knows all about tooth pain. That shit sucks.
Yep.
So get well soon, buddy. We're fucking thinking about you. And yeah, that sucks. But Cheez Man and I used to work together at a pizza place, and we thought maybe we would tell some stories of working at the pizza place together and that sort of thing. And I had a blast when we were on and we did the Q&A thing. So if anyone has any questions, even if they're fucking ridiculous, let's do it, because I had a good time doing that. And other than that, I think this is like a completely free-flowing show. No notes in my hand. I don't have a structure in mind. We're just going to see what happens for a couple hours, guys. So, and the best part about all
I made a few notes
this,
on the phone just because, like, I was trying to think of stories and shit, or things that happened when we worked together at Mr. Pizza. So I made notes of a few of them. So I can't say I'm completely note free, but that's just because I'm a stoner and I don't trust myself to remember shit 24 hours later.
I should have maybe done that with the ideas I had in our group chat earlier, but I can always just go track them down if I have to. But the best part about all this is there's a WWE pay-per-view on right now, and we're just not giving a shit.
Nope. I paid a little bit of attention to it earlier just because I was bored and I needed to kill the time until we did the show.
I never turned it on. I've been watching YouTube videos all day.
June wants to know if we banged anyone at the pizza place.
See, I shouldn't get into that,
Did
dude.
we bang anyone that worked at the pizza place? Or
Yeah.
did we bang anyone, like customer-wise? How you mean?
Or does he mean in the building?
No, okay, yeah, I've never fucked in the building.
Actually, at the pizza
The
place.
chick I'm currently fucking works in a pizza place with me. I haven't fucked her in the pizza place.
Well, I've
never fucked a customer.
Okay, I'm just going to say yes. I'm not going to get into specifics, but I will say that in the long run, it didn't work out that great for me. But yes, the answer is yes.
I know. So the chick that I'm banging doesn't just work in the pizza place. She works in my pizza place. And she doesn't just work in my pizza place. She's the manager.
Which means you better not fuck around.
Luckily, she doesn't have the power to fire anybody, so I'm safe there.
You better watch your pizza.
But yeah, that's a...
But that was a good question,
All right,
June.
it's a risky
It's
spot.
the kind of question June would ask, too. Yeah, I know you want the details, but see, I don't know. It was a bad situation. It made me really mad.
Apparently, it's something I don't know about.
No, it is. I think you're one of the only people that actually does know about it, because I hit you up and told you all about it the day it happened.
Okay.
But yeah, again, I don't want to get into the details. I'm sorry, June.
Boo! I'm just kidding.
Okay, let's say hypothetically I was what you would call regularly hooking up with a person, and then that person, in my opinion, maybe got on some drugs and got weird on me and like accused me of things, and it made me really uncomfortable with the whole situation. I can't really. I'm done with that.
Right.
Next question.
I'm sorry, I'm packing a bowl right now.
No, it's
I was a
okay.
little
I'm
ill-prepared.
I'm trying to think of how to approach this next, because I have no plans. It's the most unprepared I think I've ever gone into a show ever. I usually have.
So it'd be like your best show ever.
Yeah, I usually have like an idea or at least like notes, but there's nothing to make notes about. Hey.
Everybody was wondering Burbs had to work tonight, so that's why there wasn't the Burbs pay-per-view watch-along. We were actually going to do it.
Yeah.
But Burbs wasn't free, and when we found out Burbs wasn't free, we're like, well, this is going to make it impossible to stomach the pay-per-view then.
And plus Mojo was already not feeling good anyway, so yeah, here we are. Damn it. Oh, last night I watched UFC 245. I can talk about that for a few minutes if anybody's in the room that gives a shit about mixed martial arts.
June said the misadventures with Cheez Whiz. That could go. Yeah, I know. That could go lots of ways.
It's not of, it's with. Very nice. I didn't catch that.
I might have to look at the side of a Cheez Whiz can and see if it says not intended for personal lubricant. There might be a fucking possible lawsuit in the future.
I've generally always been the kind of person that doesn't like people telling me what to do, so I'll just do what I want. I'll do what I want.
You give me a yeast infection.
So, Uriah Faber, who's like 100 years old but looks like he's made out of bricks, got knocked the fuck out. But he's in great shape. He's in great shape. I mean, full credit. He's like, I think he's actually only like 42 years old, but that's really old in MMA years, and he looks like a teenager, dude. His body is cut from stone. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. The creepy looking guy fucked him up.
Speaking of looking like a fucking teenager, I know this is random and off track of fucking UFC, but today was my brother's graduation from EMU. So congrats to him, first fucking college graduate in the family.
Really?
But yeah.
Congratulations indeed, sir.
Right. Took the girlfriend with me to the graduation ceremony, and then we went all out to lunch afterwards. And my uncle was like, "Dude, are you gonna get yourself in some trouble?" I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "How old is she?" I'm like, "She's fucking 28." She's like, "28? She looks she's fucking 14." I'm like, "Well, she's fucking 28, so don't worry."
What's
it's all good.
what's the fucking thing I told you? I was like, "Oh, dude, I thought she was way younger than that." Like when I first seen a picture of her, I was like, "Oh boy, I know what he's got to deal with," because I was with a few younger girls in a row, and they are a pain in the ass, dude. But she's fucking 28. I almost couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then play on, play. You good? Young girls, man, whew, crazy as shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was fuck. She's 28. It was females, crazy as shit. Got any ladies listening right now?
Yeah. Speaking of ladies, just real quick, Amanda Nunes didn't look real good against Jermaine Durandamy, which I was so surprised because Amanda Nunes is a goddamn killing machine who has knocked out like 9 opponents in a row in the first round, including every champion that ever held a belt. She beat them all. So it was nuts to see that chick hang in there with her. But,
oh, shit.
But she defended her belt, of course. Max Holloway with the big loss to Alexander Volkanovski, who is huge for his weight class and just overpowered the guy. And then Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman. If anybody cared about anything, it'd be that match. Colby Covington is the Trump guy you may have heard of.
No.
He's like a Trumper. He always has on the MAGA hat, and it's always Donald Trump this and blah, blah, blah. It's like his whole gimmick.
That's gay.
And so everybody wants him just killed in the street, of course.
Right.
And Kamaru Usman's the champion, and he was in there against Colby Covington last night. It's one of the best fights I've ever seen, but Colby Covington lost, and I bet a lot of people are happy about that today. I don't know. The kid impressed the shit out of me. He's a badass. They are two guys that simply don't get tired, and I like those kind of fighters. They just keep going and going. After 5 rounds, they were still just winging punches, dude. All right, I'm done. I had a great time watching it with my nephew last night, and I figured I'd talk about it a little bit.
Oh, that's cool. I wish I could get in the UFC. Like for a minute there, I was into it for a minute, and then I kind of fell off. Like
I gotta say,
boring matches.
This is the best year of UFC I've ever watched, and also this is the best year they've ever had cash-wise. They broke tons of records this year, and I think they're like at this really high. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a peak. They're peaking.
Yeah, pinnacle.
They're peaking right now. They've got so many just super talented fucking badasses in there. It's like they're almost all even at this point. Everyone's so good now that it's like the majority of the fights are a lot of fun to watch. Every now and then they kind of line up weird, or they're slow, or they go the distance or whatever, but there's a lot of chokeouts, a lot of knockouts, a lot of amazing technique, and like all the fighters are so good now. I love UFC. I think that's one of the reasons I hate wrestling, because wrestling's gone downhill, whereas UFC has just improved the product exponentially. And it's hard to watch that and then watch wrestling where everyone's like, all right, I'm going to kick your ass with this cartwheel backflip combo. It's like, all right, I'm done with you. I'm done with you guys for a while, seriously.
Well, that's funny because I put this down yesterday as a question just for the shit or fuck of it off the top of my head, but without like adjusting the rosters or anything like that, what could WWE do to get you to watch again? Like if you just like heard about something on the internet, like what would it be that would bring you back to, oh shit, I gotta check this out?
Well, that's hard to answer because I'm not all the way gone, really. I've been regularly watching it until just recently. The last thing that hooked me was The Fiend. I thought it was just, this cool new fucking idea in this world of cheesy, stupid, vanilla nothingness this like evil, spooky character. I thought it was so badass, and the speed at which they shit all over it and ruined it for me was really discouraging, man. It's like, oh god, that really took wrestling down a few pegs. Well, what could they do now? I don't even know. I would need a year off before I could truthfully answer that question, dude.
Okay. Interesting enough, I was, like I said, I checked out the pre-show a little bit earlier just because I was bored and killing time before the show, and they were showing some of the backstory that's going on right now with The Fiend and The Miz, and it actually looked pretty damn good. So maybe they're trying to fucking keep this thing with The Fiend alive. Like, it was like a fucking security camera shot of in the Miz's kid's room. Like, he has, you know, the fucking camera, he can look at the cameras on his phone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And pulls up the one from his kid's room, and like all the fucking dolls, like Mercy the Buzzard and fucking
Ramblin' Rabbit.
Yeah, Ramblin' Rabbit. And they're all in the fucking crib with the baby and shit.
Nice.
And I think it panned away and it panned back, and they were all gone.
But that would only work on me if I didn't remember the last 2 months. Do you know what I mean? They fucked it up. They ruined it for me too fast. They
just gonna pretend Seth Rollins didn't exist.
Stupid matches that he didn't need to be in yet. All right,
Seth
you know
Rollins
what they
is not
could
a
do
heel.
to make me start watching wrestling again? They could watch mid-90s wrestling and start learning how to book again. They need to give the wrestlers stories and let them evolve them on their own and not script everything out. Or kill Vince McMahon.
I can't remember anything specific he did other than he was running over to Coney Island or something for something.
No, I already know who you're talking about, and I think his name was Rick.
Was it Rick?
And then
All right, either way.
Then somebody wanted him to grab him like an extra what the fuck ever, and so Jay fucking hangs out the door and goes, "Hey Rick," and then he turns around and he goes, "Fuck you," and just walks in.
He's like, "Hey Rick," and he turns around like all hopeful looking. He's like, "Go fuck yourself."
Go fuck yourself. That's what it was. Yes.
He just screamed it across the parking
I'm
lot.
pretty sure that guy's name was Rick. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, see, we worked at Mr. Pizza. It was like in a little plaza and shit. So to the left of us, we had like a movie store for a little while before they shut down. And to the right, there's like a Subway and like a little Chinese
Remember
food
movie stores, kids?
Yeah. Remember movie stores?
Wow.
And at the end was a Coney Island. So there's all kinds of businesses and shit. And so he yelled across the parking lot, you know, there's people outside everywhere. He's like, "Go fuck yourself!" Rick looks so dejected. He's just so disappointed. June wants to know if we ever fucked with someone's order. Yeah, but not anything gross. Just like, you know, we'd have assholes that would call an order all the time and never tip. So if they ordered like a half pound of boneless wings, well, maybe it came up a little short of a half pound because I helped myself to one or two of them on the way there.
I was just going to
Fuck
say,
you for not tipping.
the only thing I've ever really done is like grabbed a couple of wings or some French fries or something.
Yeah.
But another thing I'll do,
food.
another thing I'll do if I don't like you and I know that you're a regular, like that chick on fucking Amberley Way or Millie from Swan Creek. You remember Millie? Oh, God. So anytime I knew it was any of them, I'm driving to their house with the window down and their pizza box open.
Yep, I've done that.
But I don't like spit on stuff. I would never do something gross like that. But have I stolen some chicken wings and French fries? I probably have.
Yeah, I do that. But I would never actually like fucking spit on anybody's food or anything like that because you never know if like they got kids over there and the kids are gonna be in. Kids are innocents.
And plus, I'd like to believe in my heart of hearts I can go to a restaurant and not have to worry about spitting my food. So the last thing I want to do is bring that karma on myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, grabbing the occasional chicken wing.
Go to a restaurant consistently and be a bitch and not tip either.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that either. You're right. I wouldn't do that either.
Say,
June, no,
It's a
I've...
regular, everyday person. You're not at risk of going into a restaurant and having people fuck with your food. It's usually if you're a fucking outright dickhead, or if you go in there consistently and you're usually a pain in the ass and you don't tip.
Right.
Maybe then you're gonna get your shit fucked with.
Now, I do have a story. We had a store location on Michigan Ave a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, it was a meatball sub. I thought that was I thought it was at Haggerty, but I was working with Misty at Haggerty, so maybe she was just telling me about it.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that.
It was Misty who was the man. Oh, you've heard about that story too? Cool. Then you can corroborate it. But I think she called him while he was on the way there and says, just bring it back, you're out of here, or whatever. Or called them and said, don't eat the food, or whatever the hell happened, but the people didn't eat the food.
Yeah.
And that guy was let go. But that's the grossest thing I ever heard of, and for the most part, the worst that would happen is you might be missing a couple of wings.
Took
or
the
get some cold
meatball
pizza.
sub and wiped it around the inside of the toilet.
Yeah. That is the only thing I ever remember hearing like that, but that's pretty fucking gross.
June enjoys sriracha mixed with mayonnaise. Sriracha mixed with mayonnaise.
I wonder if that's what he was going for, and it just auto-corrected him.
Mayonnaise and manch.
Manch dressing, that's a classic from...
That was one we used to throw around Mr. Pizza all the time.
Speaking of throwing around Mr. Pizza all the time, let's talk about the cheese lids. Remember the lid battles?
I'm trying. Yeah, they weren't cheese lids though. What the hell were they lids for?
It was from.
Yeah, it was Parm.
Yeah,
they were Parm cheese lids. That's right.
Exactly. So, as you can imagine, at a pizza place, you use a ton of Parmesan cheese, and it comes in these containers that has about a 12-inch lid on it, and they fly perfectly. And we would have we'd spend hours just launching these lids at each other all over the shop, knocking shit over, doing all like I could hook them around the corner. We got to where we were so good with these things that we would have competitions. Yes, exactly. We would have contests.
We'd go outside and see who can make it ride the wall the longest.
Exactly. We got good with these lids. It was like a skill. It was a genuine skill. We did it so much. It was a genuine skill. We should have made YouTube videos. We suck, dude. But anyway, one day, I'm in the back of the shop, and I'm washing my dishes because it's time for me to go home. And I'm washing my dishes, and I hear a guy yell,
"Get the fuck out of there."
Yeah. And then I hear a guy yell, "Hey, asshole!" Now, for whatever reason, I assume he's talking to me, and so I turn around. And as I turn around, a lid just hits me right in the face. Pow! So apparently he had stood back and lined it up and told everybody, watch this, I'm going to hit Willoughby in the face with this lid. And then he launched it and yelled, hey, asshole, and I turned and looked into it perfectly to where, but I didn't see it coming. And so it pissed me off because you know how, like, if a thing hits you and you don't see it coming, your immediate response is like, okay, I have to break your face now?
Right, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna crush you is what was happening in naturally in my mind. I was immediately just like pissed off. Now, I don't remember how I responded, but I know that I was pissed and everybody's just laughing. I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna fucking plot this motherfucker's murder. But then a minute later, it was all good, and I realized it was amazing. But the moment it happened,
had I not been on the receiving end of that, that would have been fucking hilarious. I'd still
asshole.
be
So, as a result of that, hey, asshole became a running gag for years. I mean, you would hear hey, asshole all the time after that, and it always was in reference to the time I got plowed in the face with a fucking cheese lid.
It wouldn't be made at you. It would just be made about you.
Right.
Yeah, asshole.
Yep. It was just like, we all get the reference, and it was like it was in our language at that point. It was like in the lexicon.
Were you the one that threw the lid when Willie was making the pizza and it blew all the toppings off the pizza, so he grabbed the fucking bottle of ranch? He was like, stop throwing shit at me! And launched the ranch bottle across the store.
Nope, that wasn't me, but I remember it.
It was Bracky too, wasn't it? It was him both
Probably.
times. Bracky's the one that smoked you in the face and took the fucking toppings off the pizza.
Speaking of smoked me in the face, your brother, who's a recent college graduate we were talking about, takes a pizza peel, which if you don't know what that is, it's a giant steel spatula. And he fucking stabs me right in the bridge of my nose with it, and it splits me right open. I start gushing blood down my face, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, man."
Oh, my bad.
Like he didn't realize that the steel spatula was gonna cut me open. I have a scar on my face to this day from that.
Yeah,
Son of a
you're one of two of my friends that he's scarred. So Spade's missing half a damn tooth because of his ass.
Son of a bitch.
So he's scarred Spade and G Whiz. That motherfucker. You can spot him on the sidelines at Eastern Michigan games.
Damn you, little Cheez.
Yeah, he actually he's part of the coaching staff and shit for Eastern Michigan. So he travels with the team. Like, how crazy is that?
Do you remember when we almost exploded the whole neighborhood because we caused a huge ass fucking gas leak in the back alley? It was an icicle, dude. Giant fucking icicles. They were huge, like 2 feet long, and we couldn't stop knocking them down. It was addicting. It's like, all right, boom, and we're knocking down icicles one after another, and they're falling down. We hit one, and it lands on top of a gas meter, and it just blows a hole in this gas meter. Broosh! And natural gas is not just kind of leaking. The whole neighborhood smells like a gas leak, and we're like, holy fuck, and we're moving cars out of the way in panic mode. Like, turn the ovens off. All this, seriously, so much gas was leaking out that you could see it. It was visible. Yeah. We're like, Jesus Christ. And so the gas company had to come out, and they had to, hook up a new fucking gas meter. And it was about an hour of just gas pouring into the environment, dude. It was a giant hole, and it smelled so strong, our eyes were watering. Gary's like, no, dude, just leave the ovens on. And he left the ovens on and just kept making pizzas. If he dies, he dies. Gary. Yep.
Right.
But yeah, I can't believe there wasn't an explosion. It smelled so strong for a quarter-mile radius, probably, across the road, up and down the road. It was just crazy, dude. But
fucking Gary.
The gas company had a new one on there in about 5 minutes after they fucking arrived. I was impressed.
Yeah, they had their shit together at least.
But dude, so much gas. Well, this is going to be interesting to edit this all together. I don't know what I'm going to do. It might just be a show.
Why edit anything? It's just a bullshitting show. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
Do it live.
Fucking thing sucks.
Fucking thing sucks.
Yes. Don't write it.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
So, speaking of DMX, which nobody is, but you've heard of the rapper DMX, right?
Yeah, of course.
He's like the guy who goes like, "Ruh, ow,"
Yeah.
and does all the dog noises that I can't really
He
do
likes
at all,
to
and I just
stop
embarrass
and
myself.
drop and shut people down and open up shop. Yeah.
Whoa, that's how Rough Riders roll. Yeah, that's the guy. So, I'm working at E-Course Mr. Pizza one day, and we get an order for 20 larges, and it's to the Ypsilanti Marriott, which, if you don't know what the Ypsilanti Marriott is, it's the only kind of nice hotel that's within 100 miles.
Pretty much.
It's a pretty nice hotel, but all the other ones are hooker motels and shit. So anyone who's anyone is going to the Marriott if you're anywhere near here. Okay, so 20 large pizzas. I'm like, okay. And I get in the elevator, and I'm supposed to go to 8 or whatever, and there's no fucking button for it. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the button? So I had to get out of the elevator and be like, yeah, I am going up to room 802 or whatever it was, and then I'm in the elevator, and there isn't an 8. And the guy says, oh, that's the VIP thing. You have to have a special what the fuck ever to even get up there. And I'm like, okay. So he goes up with me, and we go all the way up to 8th. The door opens, and I knock on the door, and this mountain of a black dude answers the door. I mean, pro wrestler for sure, easy if you wanted to be. This guy is giant. Stack of bricks. Giant fucking black dude. I'm like, oh my good lord. Says, come on in, man. And I'm like, all right. I walk in, and there's rows of tables with laptops, like 20 laptops, and all these giant fucking dudes. And I'm like, what is this? And then I notice DMX is in the room, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's DMX. I knew who he was because I just watched that movie with him and fuck, is it Steven Seagal or something? Yeah.
The one with Steven Seagal.
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe. I can't remember, but I just watched the movie and he was in it. I think it's called Exit Wounds. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure it's the Steven Seagal.
Okay. Well, I just watched it, so I knew it was him, and I'm like, holy fuck. But you know, I don't really know that much about him, and I'm sure as hell not gonna be like, wow, are you DMX? But it was him for sure. So I'm like, okay. Right. And he now he never like spoke with me or interacted in any way. He's at the other end of this huge room. That's actually 2 rooms opened up into one big room, basically. Huge. And the guy pays for his order, gives me $100 bill tip. $100, bam, here you go, brother. And so I'm like, sweet, that's awesome. So I get back and I'm like, I saw DMX, and turns out he was in town doing a concert, and everyone's like, holy fuck, really? And start calling the hotel. Is DMX there? Can I talk to DMX? And all this other shit. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But of course, they never let him talk to him. But that confirmed he was around, and at that point, it was 100% that was him. And his entourage never fuck with DMX, you guys. Never. The hugest people you've ever seen. They are
Why
giants.
They were in there with all their laptops set up playing fucking World of Warcraft and
I don't
shit.
know what they were doing, but they all had like a little workstation or whatever, and they all had a laptop, and it was just a bunch of mountains. Giant, clearly security guard dudes, you know what I'm saying? Every one of them was like, oh my God, that guy's huge. So yeah, that was awesome.
Your visit to the trucking place while they're fucking shooting
Express. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, for some reason I don't think it was collision.
Yeah, his name is, but it's called trucking. Oh fuck, people are gonna be able to Google that and fucking, I'm gonna get sued. But no, this is.
If anything, they might be able to sell some more calendars after hearing that.
This is another quite interesting story. Even though those calendars are way outdated now, I want one anyway. So he orders all the time. It's this dude. He's about like half a mile, maybe a mile down the road from us. He's what you call a regular. But this time he orders like way more than he usually does, like a ton of food. And I'm like, what the fuck? But I get the order. So I'm like, cool. So I get there, I knock on the door, and answers, and he's got a smile on his face like he's the happiest man you've ever seen, seriously. And I'm like, what's this guy's deal? And he goes, come on in. But like, not in a normal way, but like he's excited. Come on in. And I'm like, okay. Like, and I'm beginning to think, is he gonna like jump me or something? What's going on? Because he's a weird kind of a creepy-ish dude kind of too. I mean, he's okay. So I get in there, and he's
gonna try to suck my dick.
He's still got this big smile, and he's just looking at me, and I'm looking at him like, what? And then he says, look at that. And I turn and look, and in the painting booth is like, probably 12 half-naked girls. They're completely fucking topless. I'm talking boobies hanging out, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck, you know? Because I didn't expect that ever. Do you expect to go to a collision shop and there's fucking 12 naked women? No, you don't. I didn't. So I'm like, whoa, man, what's going on? He's like, we're shooting a calendar. And he was the pride. I can't see if you knew the guy, it'd be funny to you, like how Cheez Man's laughing now. I mean, he's like this weird kind of like half a kind of. He's like, we're shooting a calendar. And he's like super happy and just staring at these girls. And I'm like, well, now I see why he had this look on his face. But I didn't expect to arrive there and see 24 titties, but it happened. You'll be here with me, Cheez Man. The guy who was renting that hotel room and had the dead body in there with him.
Oh my God,
dude.
Oh, that's not interesting. That was God damn it, dude! It turned my stomach. I can still remember it.
It's a very unique and distinctive smell that I'll probably never smell again in my life. Wow.
I'm convinced it was a fucking corpse.
Well, it was his mom, but I think it was his mom in there rotting with him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was dead.
Yeah. There's no smell that would explain that. It's the
She
most...
never moved. Supposedly, she was in that bed back there. She never moved. She never made a sound. It was a hotel room. It's not like she can hide anywhere.
And the guy would order the weirdest shit. I want a cup of almonds. I want a cup of just green peppers. You know, I want a cup of whatever. He would never order like a normal thing.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he was a fucking serial killer or some kind of crazy guy that had his mom's
He was
corpse.
some kind of psycho.
Yeah, for sure, dude. But he was there for months, and he tipped. I think he tipped real good to keep people's mouths shut.
Yeah. He tipped real good to keep us coming back.
Right.
Even then, though, it was still like a struggle to get one of us to go there.
Red Roof Inn, that's what it was.
Yeah, I've had people fucking smoke with me when I've delivered to them. I've had people tip me a joint. Yeah, I delivered to this one dude, and he come in the door with a big old fat ass joint rolled in his ear, and he caught me eyeing it. He's like, "You smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Here." He pulled it off his ear and handed it to me. He's like, "Have a good night." Fuck yeah, I damn sure will now.
Oh shit, it's about to be real damn good. Oh, speaking of weed, and pizza deliveries, I had to run to GM Hydromatic one day. Which people who don't know, which is probably everyone listening, is an automotive plant pretty close to where we worked, and they order at specific intervals because of their breaks. So you have to be there at like 8:25 or 8 whatever time, but it's usually exactly a time, and that's when you got to be there because they don't have a ton of time to hang out and shit. So,
Right.
There's
They
all.
gotta eat and get their shit back.
That's all you need to know to understand the story. So I have a run there, and I have to be there in just a few minutes, but that's no problem because we can just fucking fly down there real quick. It's only about a mile away, and it's mostly like a little highway loop. So I jump in the car and I bunch it, and I'm flying down Ecorse Road, and I get pulled over. Boom, right there, and I'm like, shit, because I got to be here in like a few minutes, and I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. And then I realized I got weed on me. So I'm like, all right, no problem. I have a hot bag here. I'm going to open my hot bag and stick the weed under my pizza. The cop ain't going to look at my hot bag looking for weed, and I'll be on my way. And sure enough, he does not look in the hot bag. So I'm on my way, and I'm late now because I got pulled over. So I'm flying there to hurry up and get there, and I get there, and the guy is waiting. And, you know, he's fucking not looking very happy, of course, because I'm late. And so I hop out and I run over there and I open the hot bag and I pull the dude's stuff out. And of course, my weed is still in there because I forgot. And it pulls it out and it drops on the ground right in front of him. Boom. And it's like a half ounce or something. It's obvious it's a bag of weed. And I'm just like, holy fuck. And I reach down and I grab it and I look up at him and he's looking at me like, what a tool. Didn't tip me. Good times.
I've had an instance like that where I had a bag of weed in my pocket and forgot about it. And I pulled out my money to give someone change, and the weed came out with it, like just a little bit. And I seen it, and I shoved it back in my pocket real quick, but I'm pretty sure the customer had seen it. They were just looking at me. Didn't say nothing, but I was like, oh my God. And I'm fucked up.
Strangest delivery. I think I got one of them too. When I worked at the Rawsonville Road location, about a half a mile up the road is a dock or like a boat launch or whatever you would call it. Yeah. And I had an order there once, but it wasn't at the launch. The people were going to meet me on their boat.
Yeah. They came up to the dock on their boat, right?
Yeah. And so I was there hanging out, waiting on them. And the cops come pulling up like, what you doing, buddy? Like they thought they had me doing some fucking bad shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm waiting on some people in a boat to come get their pizza. And he's like, okay. And I could tell this guy's convinced he's got somebody. He didn't believe a word I said. And so he's like, well, I'm going to need you to step out of the car. And I'm like, okay. And I did. And then a boat comes pulling up. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, buddy. And I'm like, what's up, man? And walk up and gave him the pizza. And they fucking drove off. And the cop was already driving away when I turned around. And I'm not kidding.
Shit.
He was like, oh, this guy is an actual pizza driver meeting people on a fucking boat. and he
I've
just
probably
left.
delivered to them same people then, because I've done the same thing. I've had to go over there and they come over on the boat
Yeah.
after I got there.
Yep. It's a trip, man.
Yeah, I've delivered to a boat. I've delivered to a train. Did you ever get the train?
No. You
No,
delivered
they
to a
would pull the-
train?
Yeah, they would pull the engine down. Remember, right there at Textile Road where the tracks end?
Yeah.
They would when they would be over at the plane or whatever offloading, they would detach the engine and drive down to the edge there
You're kidding me.
and fucking sit there and wait for us to deliver.
No, I never got that run ever.
Yeah. And
That's
then I went to Willow Run Airport one time and they actually had me fucking walk out on the tarmac and load the shit onto the plane.
I've done that before. At Willow Run, or I think it was called Active Arrow or something like that.
Yeah.
Active
Active
Aeronautics.
Arrows.
Yeah,
Yep.
or some shit like that. But yeah, I've gone right to a fucking airplane that was running.
Yeah.
Yep, I've done that.
Yep, same here. So yeah, we delivered to pretty much any form of transportation. I've delivered to it.
Fucking boat.
Plane, train, car, boat. The strangest delivery, first one to come to mind. This is also I guess the closest I've come to getting flashed on a delivery, although this isn't a good one.
Yeah.
It was to like an apartment building, so I fucking knock on the door. Dude opens the door, and I give him the total. He's like, all right, hold on, I'm going to go grab the money. All the way down the hall is the bathroom. And the chick walks out. She sees me. She walks into the bathroom, stands in front of the toilet, turns around, looks straight down the hall, right in my eye, and drops pants and sits down and starts pissing. I'm like, what the fuck? Bitch, you couldn't close the door? Like, as soon as I see her drop pants and sit down, I'm like, this fucking bitch here. I could hear her. Like, it was dead silent in the apartment.
I can hear your
So I could
scream.
hear the piss all the way down the hall. Like, I wasn't even looking at that point. I could just hear it. I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck is this bitch doing? And of course, his ass came back, didn't even give me a tip. I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't ever gonna forget this. You couldn't even give me some money to go with it? Like, what the fuck? It was chilling the way she just looked down the hall, fucking right in the eye, and dropped the pants. Like, oh.
It's like, this fucking bitch is a psychopath.
Right. Watching my back the whole way down the stairs and shit.
Travis Neil Grablick.
Yeah.
Travis Neil Grablick. Spelled exactly the worst way.
The worst name
Grablick.
ever. Yeah, exactly as it sounds.
Now, we didn't really fuck with him too bad, but that's definitely a go-to. It's like
It's hard too. Like, it was like, dude, your parents clearly hate you.
his name isn't a name; it's a command.
And now I gotta be a bummer and bring us down for a second, but he actually fucking passed a couple years ago. Fucking motorcycle accident.
Did he really?
You know.
No shit. Let's just say people who used to go to his parties learned what they were into at those parties. Know what I'm saying? He had some parties, some...
Yeah.
I don't mean
Yeah, I
cake
heard
and
some
ice cream.
stories.
I mean some serious shit went down at those parties. Yeah. So...
I remember hearing me like being peed on. I remember those stories.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't only because I hear hell into it too.
Wait. I'm gonna fucking bleep all these names out and shit.
Hey, we're not using last names.
That's fair. But they do know the place they work. I mean, okay.
And if we're using a last name, we use the first name. And none of these people will even work there or have worked there in years anyway.
But yeah, that should give you an idea of the kind of parties they were. If you find out at a party that you really like to be peed on, then it was a sweet party. Know what I'm saying?
I had to send a mass text after a party one time asking, whose pants are these? Who lost their pants?
I had to do something like that once about a pair of panties that were left in my driveway after a party. He's like, did anybody lose their panties? It's like they're not even dirty or nothing. They're pretty clean. I smelled them. They're fine.
They're fine. somebody wasn't that into it ahead of time. What was his name? Remember when he got sent to E-Course? He got sent for a dough patch kit?
Yeah, a dough patch kit.
A bacon stretcher.
And pepperoni degreaser.
Pepperoni degreaser.
Dough patch kit. I forgot about that one. The bacon stretcher I remember, but the dough patch kit. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah, so we sent this kid over to one of our other stores to get all three of these items we just listed. And for anybody out there, these that might not know immediately, these are all fake items.
They are non-existent items. And luckily, the location he had to go to also has a downstairs storage room. So it was fabulous.
And so they called ahead and told them, hey, we're sending this kid over for a dope patch kit, a bacon stretcher, and some pepperoni degreaser. And the guy at the other store, the manager's like, all right, I got you covered. So the kid gets there, he grabs some shit, and he's like, hey, I'm here for this and this and this. And the guy, he's like, yeah, I got you. He's like, they called ahead, let us know. He's like, here you go, everything's in the bag. He's like, okay, cool. So he gets in his car, he drives back. Now, at this point, when he's pulling up, everybody's waiting in suspense. Like, they just can't fucking wait for him to get here. He pulls up, and as soon as he gets out of the car, everybody piles out the fucking door. And, like, three of them are holding their fucking phones out and shit with the cameras running and recording shit. I'm like, what do you got there? He's like, dough patch kit. And he pulls out, like, a salad tin with a fucking dough ball in it. And he's like, they're like, okay. And where's the bacon stretcher? He pulls out, like, one of the dudes is a fisherman or whatever, and he fucking went and got some fishing wire and wrapped it around the little the thing you set your fucking fishing pole on. Like, you can stick it in the ground, cast your fucking pole out, and you just set the fucking pole on there and sit back. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but
yeah, it
was one of those with some fishing line wrapped around it. Yeah, we're fucking dying at this point. And then we're like, well, where's the fucking pepperoni degreaser? He's like, oh, I got it right here. And he pulls out. It was like a can of Pam, basically, but with the fucking label torn off of it. and we're fucking, like, at this point, like, people are laying on the ground laughing. And he's like, oh, I get it. It's not enough. At that point, anybody who was left standing was no longer standing. Like, we're all laying on the ground just fucking convulsing in laughter.
It's
fucking dying. You idiot. Like, then we had to explain to him, like, none of these things are real. We were fucking with you. We just sent you all the way across town to the other store for no fucking reason at all, and we're not reimbursing you for the gas.
So, that same dude, he's hanging out over at my house after work one day. And he hits my weed pipe one time. It's a roach bowl. I had a bunch of roaches, and we smoked a bowl of roaches. And he hits this thing one time, and then he starts rolling around on the ground crying about his dad and shit. I was fucking terrified. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? One hit, bro. And then his buddy who's there tells me, it's okay, he does this all the time. This is normal, he's fine. A guy was flying down McKean Road, coming up on Textile. Now, I've had like 10 years or 12 years to think about this. I think the guy didn't know the road ended. I don't know, though.
Probably.
Because there wasn't anyone chasing him. And he was flying. And he come around the corner. And we, like, anyone anywhere in the area knew that there was a car coming because it was skidding and it was loud as fuck, dude. So I stopped, and literally this guy rolled his car. And crashed it all up, but it landed on its wheels. And I was like, holy fuck, is this dude all right? And he sticks his head out the busted out fucking window, and he looks around a little bit and just fucking drives away. And there's now, I'm pretty sure you were working with me that the day or whoever it was. I was like, you guys.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
If you go down the road and there's a ton of stuff in the road, it's because a guy just rolled his car and drove the fuck away. So, yeah.
So I was coming out of Russellville and I make a right onto Willis. You know, so then wait for the light to turn green. Light finally turns green, I make a right. This asshole in a fucking truck across the fucking street from me, waiting to turn left. He goes fucking ripping out same time I turn right. He tries to go fucking like around me, I guess. Like immediately, didn't even get in the lane behind me, just tried to go around me. And he fucking gunned it so hard, he kicked sideways and he fucking like hit the side of my car. When his car went out sideways, he fucking bounced off my car and like he turned the wheel, cut the wheel the other way. And his fucking truck rolls up on its side and somehow like bounces back up on the wheels and he gets it stopped like 5 feet short of running into this telephone pole. Sits there for like 3 seconds, puts the bitch in reverse, and then takes off fucking driving again. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I got out and looked at my car, and like I had a little bit of a scrape on the side of it, but nothing big. And you know, I didn't have full coverage insurance. Like, why the fuck am I gonna tell the insurance company about this?
Yeah, why bother? It'll just hurt you.
Yeah, just raise my coverage and not fix my fucking.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's worth it. So like. I just kind of let him go, but like everybody had already called the fucking cops basically, and like they must have been in the area because they were fucking there flying down the fucking road to catch his ass in no time.
Awesome.
And he only made it down to Holiday West, and he fucking ditched it right at the front of Holiday West and bailed out on foot because apparently it wasn't going anywhere anymore.
No shit.
I think they finally tracked his ass down on Sherwood Road because I was delivering later, and I seen. Cops were on the side of the road and they had a dude down in handcuffs and shit on the side of the road. I'm like, that's probably him.
Right on. Suck it.
And then the one year it was during the winter, like day after one of the big snowstorms. People I delivered to, they had all their snow fucking piled up at the back of the driveway, or right at the front of the driveway. Big ass pile of it. So I was backing out. And I stopped short of it so I could see. And I waited, and I thought I waited long enough, and I started to back out, and like pretty much as soon as I got out on the road, the fucking truck nailed the back of my fucking car. I was like, fuck. It's like, hey, I got nobody to blame on that one but myself. I just couldn't see it. The fucking snow mound was too fucking high. So I get out, and I look, and like, my back of my car is fucked. Just fucking destroyed. And this dude gets out of the truck. And I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, fuck, I'm fine. I was like, how's your truck? He's like, oh, no. And we both walk around the front, like, his headlights are a little loose. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, your shit's fine, mine's destroyed. And he's like, well, we can call the cops if you want. He's like, I got insurance. I don't got a license. And at the time, I was driving without insurance. And I was like, that's funny, because I have a license, but I don't have insurance. So, yeah, I guess we don't need to call this in. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I ain't worried about it.
Pleasure doing business, buddy.
Right. He's like, I'm going to drive down here to the store, and I'm going to light this fucking joint. You, if you want, you can come down and join me. I'm like, all right, let me call down to work and let them know what's going on. So I call it work, like, yeah, just got in a fucking accident. My car is fucked. Let Roy know. I'll be back there as soon as I can get back there. Hung up, went down to the store, and fucking stood there right in the parking lot with this dude and fucking smoked a joint after the accident. It was cool as shit, though. We sat there and talked. Apparently, he was going to an Avenged Sevenfold concert that night, which I'm not a fan of them, but whatever.
Sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Right.
Let's move on to the regulators.
Mount and do Christmas Berry Blast.
Nice.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, first, as always, no different from any other week, Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller!
Look at Mojo, no sound again. You can check him out at letterboxd.com. letterboxd.com. Stephen Millen, that's Millan.
Over 6,000 movie reviews.
Holy shit!
Alright, and then after you get done checking out Stephen Millen at letterboxd.com, check out anything you can find on YouTube from It's Your Boy Burbs!
Yeah.
Big shout out to our boy Burbs. He would like to hang out with us tonight. We really hope he's going to be able to make it for Royal Rumble. Hopefully we'll be right back to the normal next month.
Yes, our plan is to for sure still be doing the once-a-month pay-per-view show with your boy Burbs whenever he's available, for sure.
Do you know how gay that sounds?
Make sure you check out the Dirt Sheet Dudes, Boxman Anthony, and Smark.
Make sure you do that because those guys, they be supporting the hell out of us, so make sure you go support them too.
Yeah, love Boxman. Much love to Boxman for sure.
Yeah, we've had him on the
you
show.
can also
even.
check them out every other Saturday with their other show where Boxman and Anthony review movies called Hollywood Hangouts.
Yes.
I missed this week's episode because I was over at the girlfriend's house, so I didn't turn it on. I'm not sure what I did this week. Or if they, oh, wait, I don't think they did one this week because Box had to go to a Christmas party. Ha, that's what it was. Make sure you check out Shaheen over at Wrestling Overdose.
Hell yeah.
And Wrestling OD. And make sure you buy all of his artwork on nuclearheatshop.com.
Nuclear! But do it. It's $10 and they look fucking great.
For real. It's only $10. It's awesome.
They look fabulous. He's fucking spectacular.
And make sure you check out Anthony Missionary Thomas, Joseph Numbers, and John Draper at Wrestling Soup. Make sure you definitely check out last week's episode. They had DJ Rod from the Smoothcast come on, and the show was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I will be doing that. You had let me know, I think it was yesterday, that I can't miss that one, and I'm going to go check it out. It's still in my plans.
And make sure you stick around in the Mixler afterwards to check out the WNC Super Party.
Yeah. Your boy Papa Dave, Johnny Florida, Jank, and I know there's another guy. He's got the best name in the business. It's Corvin Andolini.
Well,
I really do.
Yeah, we've given it to him. I don't even think he knows about it.
I'm not trying to be like, haha, that's hilarious. I think that's a great name.
The next shout out is the Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show.
DTKC.
With the two guys. Yeah, Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle. Who knew?
Well, the real question is, who is the marketing genius that came up with the name of the show?
And make sure you check out Bobby Anthem and Bobby Blades over at the Inhuman Experience. They've been busy lately.
Hold on, I'm coming. Okay, I'm back to the microphone now, and yeah, I love you, Bobby. I love you, other Bobby. But not as much as the first Bobby, because the first Bobby's my Bobby.
Yeah, you can check out that Bobby's other podcast, In Search of My Lost Soul.
I sure can.
And that other Bobby being Bobby Anthem.
It's not even a podcast. It's like it's an audio treat.
Yes. Run up in me, Bobby.
Run up in me as fast as you can.
And then run into the corner. And get up in Boxman. Boxman. Sorry, Box. Get up in Boxman, too.
That's a Freudian
Sorry,
thing.
Box. I just threw you under the bus that is Jerry. My bad.
The boss that is Jerry. Yes, but get in the corner has a couple of different dudes.
Nasty.
Them guys. Yeah.
And Dogga Baby.
There's the fellas. I was listening into their most recent show. You know, it's hard to describe exactly what their podcast is about, but they have so much fucking fun doing it that you do too. when you are just listening to them having so much fun, you can't help but just laugh along with them. I really love that show. It puts you in a good mood.
Yeah, fucking laugh is infectious as fuck.
If you're having a bad day, just listen to Get in the Corner. Them guys are fucking genuinely funny, man.
Check out our brothers in smoke. Suplex City Limits.
Hell yeah. Jimmy Tyler. Another, like, pretty awesome show, you know? This little squad that hangs around each other here, we've all, I mean, our show blows, but everyone else has a really decent show. I mean...
we're definitely bottom of the barrel, but whatever.
We hang out with some talented dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Luke Birch and Sensible Sam, Transcontinental Project.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, there won't be one of those for the rest of December or 2019 for that matter.
Hey, whatever, that's a couple of weeks, and I'm hoping that 2020 brings good things. Big things for the
We're all
Transcontinental
hoping
Project.
that.
Love you, Luke. Luke's listening right now. Love you, Sam. We haven't heard a peep out of her in a while, but we hope she's doing good and come back soon and light up our lives.
You know who lights up my Twitter life, though?
Who's that?
Klondike Bill.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking love Klondike Bill.
He's actually been on a roll his damn self lately. If you're not following Klondike Bill on Twitter, you're a stupid douche. You're just a stupid douche.
Pretty much. You're a stupid douche. There's no fucking reason. There's no other explanation. You're a stupid douche if you're not following Klondike Bill.
Go fucking
he's
follow
fucking
him.
balls deep, and you better be too. And then big shout out to It's Pathetic with Scott and Rybread.
They're also on a roll. The episode they had on a couple days ago, I swear it was less than an hour long, but I was cracking up the whole time. Scott was killing.
You told me about it.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, hey guys.
Got Rybread around. Oh, sweet.
I got a notification on time about shit my pants, and man, I'm so glad I listened because that show was great. They're fucking funny.
Okay, last but not least, MF Spade.
Motherfucking Spade.
Please don't drop the phone again.
That's MFSPAID. All caps. Look him up. Speaking of all caps, that's what he pops in that ass, but they're verbal.
Yeah, verbal caps.
They're lyrical.
Verbal hits.
Pop, pop.
Check his shit out.
Yeah.
And that is it for the regulators. Wrestling's High Marks presents Diaries of a Stoner Pizza Man. It's just about cashed.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. I didn't come up with the cheese.
Aww.
I've been your host, Trio Formage Man, joined along with
Gee Whiz Piefly. Make sure to check us out on Facebook. That's facebook.com/thehighmarks. And it's always going to be that even after the name change. You can also get us on Twitter, twitter.com/thehighmarks, and get us on the gram at instagram.com/thehighmarks. Our original home is YouTube and will continue to be so, even though YouTube's been doing some weird shit lately. But you can also get the audio-only version at anchor.fm/thehighmarks. And it's usually there about a half hour before everything else if you'd like to be first. And of course, check in at WrestlingSoup.com to get links to our show and good shows. All right, we're going to have our guy Kevin Schwartz take us out this week. I'm sure you don't know who he is, but he's lots of fun, so get ready for Kevin Schwartz. If there's nothing else, Cheese Man,
Use the Schwartz.
take us out, Kevin.
I went to the grocery store. The sign said, no food or drinks inside. So I went home.
Ignorant! Change it!
Well, you never even laid out the fucking super ultra sweet title that you came up with for tonight's episode.
Oh, and then I didn't even use it.
Right.
I
see that. What is it? The Misadventures of what? It's cut off.
Of G and Cheese, but I was originally going to call it High Flying Pies.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was hilarious.
Wrestling's High Marks presents High Flying Pies.
And then it would just be all pizza stories, I guess. I guess we could still call it that. I can change it. Change it!
Yeah, change it. And even then, it should be like the Misadventures of Cheez Whiz. All right.
Man, I really did drop the ball on this, didn't I? Damn.
Suck.
Ignorant. Change it.
Okay.
Ignorant. Change it.
Ignorant. Change it.
Vince dies and Stephanie takes over. And it's like the day after Vince dies. It's like WWE changes their name to Women's World Entertainment.
Yep.
World Women's Entertainment. WWE.
WW me.
WWE me. Look at
me.
Ignorant. Change it.
What's the number again? Like over how many movie reviews? Like 6,000 or something?
And finally, Cheez.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. Sorry.
I was about to say, I think I just lost the cheese, man.
Ignorant. Change it.
I assume you mean gold dust, but okay. We'll go with pedo gimmick.
Ignorant. Change it.
Oh, we don't have Mojo. I'll have to do it. Nuclear.
Ignorant. Change it.
Filthy heathens.
No extra cheese sauce on that, no.
Ignorant. Change it.
And last but not least, as always, motherfucking Spade.
We had a little... wow, whatever that noise was. We had a little interruption there if you want to do him again. And then the big loud noise happened afterwards. So this is clearly going in greatest hits, but if you want to get him a clean one...
The loud noise was the phone falling off or dropping out of my hand and falling off my lap and hitting the ground.
Ah, that'll do it.
It was fun.
Yeah. We had a little...
Ignorant. Change it. Apparently Sasha Banks is out recording a rap album. Can't wait to hear that. Ignorant. Change it.
Oh, yeah, dude, I jizzed on people's pizzas all the time. It was great.
Ignorant. Change it.
Okay, fuck it, I'll start it all over again.
Okay.
Wrestling's Highmarks presents the Misadventure... Shit, I don't know the Misadventure, okay.
Greatest hits.
Ignorant. Change it.
The girlfriend loves fucking...
Ignorant. Change it.
Man. Giant men. June would have loved it.
Ignorant. Change it.
What are you so happy about, motherfucker?
Ignorant. Change it.
I got a question. Why is this garbage episode our largest viewing audience ever?
Because there's no Mojo.
Oh!
Just
Oh
kidding,
my God.
Mojo. Oh, Mojo has informed me that he's listening. He's just not signed in.
Well,
So Mojo's one of our elsewheres.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are dicks.